Happy 2024. I wanted to talk about my morning routine. So the things that I do to focus on wellness, what you do in the morning sets the tone for the day. So I wanted to share some of the things that I like to do. I'm not saying I do this every day because obviously some days you just can't or you're just not bothered. But on an ideal day, this is what I like to do in the morning. So like a lot of people, for years and years, I would check my phone first thing in the morning. And I didn't realize how harmful this was because if you receive a bad text message, if you go on social media and see something distressing, if, for example, I would check my comments and see like a negative one, it would just completely set the wrong tone for the day and I'd be really upset. And my psychologist told me how I should really avoid going on my phone in the morning because you're obviously still waking up and you're not equipped to deal with a potentially bad thing that you might see. And you might handle it worse than if you were fully awake. So I try to avoid checking my phone first thing in the morning. I have the 5-minute journal next to my bed with my fluffy pen. And every morning I like to fill it out and it basically asks what you're grateful for, what would make today great, and your daily affirmation. Then I like to go on my little hot girl walk. I love going on a walk and I've switched to doing like a morning walk, which has been so nice. I have my headphones on, I'm listening to an audiobook or a podcast, and it's just the perfect start to the day. And obviously if I'm listening to an audiobook, I use Audible, who is sponsoring this video, so thank you so much to them. One of my favorite things about Audible is their selection. Their selection is so huge. They have titles across every genre, so motivation, wellness, romance, fantasy, and so much more. As an Audible member, you can choose one title to keep from their entire catalogue per month. And members also get full access to a growing selection of included audiobooks, Audible originals, and podcasts. You can download these titles all you want, which is just amazing because it makes the Audible membership even more valuable. The Audible app makes it so easy to listen anytime, anywhere. So while you're traveling, working out, walking, cooking, doing chores, you decide. So like I said, I love to listen to Audible while I'm on my walk, and I'm currently listening to How to Be the Love You Seek: Break Cycles, Find Peace, and Heal Your Relationships by Dr. Nicole LePera. I really love Nicole and respect her perspective on a lot of things, so I'm really loving listening to this audiobook and continuing my healing journey, which is never ending. So new members can get a free trial of Audible by going to audible.com/bookswithchloe or texting bookswithchloe to 500 Thank you so much to Audible for sponsoring this video. So when I come back from my walk, I like to have a shower, obviously get refreshed, and then do a few more things before I get into work or whatever I have that day. So I like to use one of my Oracle decks. So at the moment, I've really been loving the Cosmic Guidance deck by Dreamy Moons. This is just such a gorgeous deck, and this deck is to help you connect with your intuition and the universe and gently offer guidance on anything that might be on your mind. And this deck has provided a lot of comfort and insight, so I appreciate it, I love it, and it's also just so beautiful. So in case you need this message, rest. Okay, and lastly, I love to read some poetry. At the moment, I'm kind of just like working my way through one collection, so I'll read a little bit of poetry each morning. So for a year or so, I was reading Devotions by Mary Oliver, and it was just so nice. And honestly, when I finished it, it was such a sad moment because I just loved reading some of this every morning. So to be honest, I still kind of go back to some of my tabs to reread some of these poems in the morning. This collection is just so beautiful. This collection is really good to read in the mornings because it kind of reminds me of what is important in life and keeps me grounded and connected with the world and nature and everything. So I love Devotions, but I'm currently making my way through The Essential Rumi. So I'm only on page 65, but there is a lot more to go, but I love Rumi. These are two of my favorite poets, so yeah, really good to start the day with some poetry. And Rumi has a lot of poems on love, connection, lots of spiritual poems. So once again, a good start to the day. But yeah, I'd love to know if you have any key things that you'd like to do in the morning. Don't forget, new members can get a free trial of Audible by going to audible.com/bookswithchloe or texting bookswithchloe to 500 If you're looking for more content from me, I have a Patreon always linked below, which is where I upload extra content like extra vlogs, live shows, we have a monthly buddy read, and more. I have all my socials linked below, and yeah, I really appreciate you all. I hope you're all having a good day or night, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video.